Hi crafters, it's Kathy here from Scrap and Bean, coming to you with another Try It Tuesday. Today I'm playing with Glitz Glitter Gel from Gina K Designs. This is a little jar of beautiful glittery, it's paste, but just jam-packed with sparkle. And I've got a few colors here, but it comes in many, many colors. And right now we are well stocked in all of our locations at Scrap and Bean, including online, obviously. So here's the colors that I'll work with. I have some that I've already made. This one is on acetate, so it works on that as well. One of the fun things about working with acetate is when you put your gel on, if you don't like how it turns out, you don't like the color, you can actually wipe it all off, put it back in the jar, and try it again. So acetate's a fun one to play with. Here's some other ones that I've done on acetate and I just haven't made them into projects yet. This card isn't quite finished. I need to put some ribbon embellishment on it. So got a few stencils out today, and I'm just going to show you how easy this is to put onto your projects. So I do want to start with my Pixie spray. Whoops. I like to use that when I'm using my stencils, and actually what I've discovered is to use it to even hold my, oh, nice piece of paper there, to hold my paper down. So I'm just going to put a little squirt of it on my craft mat, hold my paper in place, and I do spray it onto the back of my stencil, and then that holds the whole stencil in place. Now, this is a stencil I've used with paints and things, but I haven't tried it with the glitter gel, so that'll be kind of fun. I want to put multiple colors. In fact, why don't I just put all the colors on there? I've got something on the back side of this, so it's actually not making contact. I don't know if that could help. Might help if I cleaned my stencils a little bit better. Anyways, we're going to give this a try. So you can see in here just how that's really thick. And it's just loads of glitter there. So I simply just take some of that and spread it onto my stencil. Maybe I'll do that on a few little spots here. Take up the excess. Now if you wanted to do a nice clean job of it and not like just get this in some areas and not in others, you could always mask it off, but I'm not too worried about that. Let's try another color. Oh, you don't need that much. Might as well fill that one. And let's put blue on here. We'll keep it nice and bright and colorful. You might be able to hear my cat in the background. He just came wandering into my little craft room here, and he's a talker. That's okay. As long as he doesn't climb up here and get into my glitter, I'm good. Hi, kitty. Make sure I got it all in my places. And then I'm just going to scrape that excess off. Now, this is a paste and it will harden, so you do want to take your stencils and just rinse them off right away. That's the easiest, is get it while it's still fresh. Here's the reveal. Beautiful. I love it. Look at how nice and clean those edges are. Like none of it snuck underneath the stencil at all, even though I was kind of smeared it around there. So this is going to make a really neat project if I just trim off that excess and then put some embellishments on there. That'll be a fun start of something. So it's that easy. I'm going to put that one aside. Here's one where I've done a star stencil even on black. So on dark backgrounds, this Glitz glitter gel shows up really nicely on black as well. That's pretty cool. And let's just try another one. I have a project here I have this card I made, and you can probably see I've got some fingerprint or ink smear or something there. So I want to get rid of that. So my idea is to take a snowflake, because snow can be falling anywhere, and just make a snowflake right there. Is that going to work? I don't know, because my surface... No, where did I spray it? Right here. I'm going to try to cover that up. We'll try that. And maybe we'll take... Actually, this aqua color would match the card, wouldn't it? Let's take a little bit of that and see if I can keep it. Now, really, what I should have done was create a mask so it doesn't go in any of the other little snowflake patterns there. But I'm going to just take that chance and see if I can get it to stay on just one snowflake. Ah, beautiful! Love it, actually. That turned out better than I thought it would. Okay, so we can try... Should I do another snowflake up in the corner? Because when you're having fun, why stop with one, right? I would suggest masking it off, though, because the snowflakes on this stencil are pretty close together, so it's going to be really easy to put it through more than one. Awesome. I love it. Need to set that one aside. And look at little snowflakes there. Covered up my little fingerprint ink stain that I had. Fixed that right up. So great as a little embellishment too. And what happens when we do... I love this stencil, so I need to do one again. I've done a few of this, but I really like it. So spray the back of my stencil with that pixie dust, pixie spray. Oh, and if I put a little squirt, I'll keep my paper in place too. So I've got this on my palette knife. Might as well just put some of that color right on there. And I'm just going to show you what I do when I kind of combine my colors together. So I'm just kind of going to do a stripe through kind of the center. Maybe it's going a little wider than what I planned, but you know, that's okay. And what would go nice with that? And I'm going to take my palette knife and just wipe that off so that I'm not cross-contaminating. And let's try a little blue with it. This stencil, we have it in the store. It's a new one I just got in. It's called Ornate Crystal. To me, it looks like you could use it for a mandala type idea if you wanted. But it looks like a great big snowflake. And we'll put some blue on this side too. Oh, little spot got left out. No, make sure I got all my little spots. Okay, I love the reveal part because, you know, you just wonder, is it really going to work? And it does. So look at that, with the colors kind of overlapping each other. I hope you can see the sparkle on there. I'm sure it's going to show up on camera because it's just so super, super sparkly. I love it. So we're going to work with, I love this, I just love this stencil. Did I put pixie spray on there? Nope, I need to. It makes such a difference, I have found. I'll show you one, do I have one here, where I went ahead and used it without the pixie spray. And then I did it with the pixie spray. So this is without, I did it on acetate. And maybe you need something white behind it to see. So in the center here, I put down silver first, and then I ended up with other colors on top. But you can kind of see that around all the edges, they're not a nice clean line. There's silver kind of sneaking out from the design, and that's where it was sneaking underneath my stencil. So the next time I put down pixie spray, and I mean every time, I'm just getting a super nice clean edges, because nothing is going underneath my stencils. That makes such a difference. The one tip, if you're not going to use pixie spray or some temporary adhesive to hold your stencil down, then the trick is to load up your palette knife, whatever you're using, and try to just do one swoop across and be done. Where if you do what I'm doing, going back and forth, making sure you get it everywhere, you'll have a tendency to work it underneath your stencil as well. But with the pixie spray, I'm finding I can just work it to my heart's content and nothing is going underneath, which is really nice. So this time maybe I'll use some silver first. And my plan is to put a couple colors on here. But we'll go with the silver. Just kind of a random streak across the middle. Maybe a little bit wider so it covers more of it. Maybe a little wider. Okay, I better leave some space for more colors. And I am going to wipe that off just on a paper towel. A baby wipe or something would work so it's not cross-contaminating. And let's try some, maybe some purple with that silver. See what I mean when I'm working it back and forth? So if I didn't have pixie spray, that would work it under my stencil for sure. And a little bit more on this side. This is just so easy to work with. I've been using it quite a bit lately, and I'm having some real fun with that. So there we go, and we'll wipe the color off of here, and let's go for the reveal. I love pulling up the stencil, just seeing what the results are. And there you go. I love it. Another one that just turns out really, really well. Like that. And look at how much I have on my... Actually, I don't have a lot on there. But I've got a little bit. I just want to experiment. What would happen? What would happen if... That's what Try It Tuesdays are about, right? If you get an idea, just try it and see what happens. What would happen if I just clean this off on top of a piece of white cardstock? So I'm just taking that leftover paste and just kind of cleaning it off. And some of it's going to go through to that white cardstock. And let's just see what happens. There's not a lot on there. But you don't know, you never know until you try something. And actually that's kind of cool. It's different. But that could be kind of a neat thing too. I think I would try it with a little bit more, maybe leaving more of the glitter glitz on the stencil. So you'd have a little bit more go through those holes, but it definitely gives you a different design. So how about if we just try that? Which side did I have my pixie dust on? This side, I think. Yep, that side. Okay, so let's do some colors. Some blue. And better clean that in between. And let's do some purple. I'm just leaving my excess on the stencil, so I've got lots to go through there. And we'll put this is an interesting combination of colors, but I kind of like them together. The silver would go in there nice too. I do like, when I'm trying out something new, to do 2 or 3 different colors and just put them together and see what happens. All right. So we're going to lift this up. Another beautiful design. I put it on a little bit thicker that time, but you know what? I like it. That works okay too when it's thick. Just love that stencil. Okay, and then what happens when we put it down, and let's just, now you can see I've left quite a bit more gel on there, so we'll just see what happens. Maybe it's too much to get an effect where it's, I don't necessarily want it filled in, otherwise I'd do it with a palette knife. But try it out, see what happens. And you know what? If it's a failure, that's okay too. Then we know. Then we know, don't repeat that one. Okay, so here maybe I have it a little bit solid, but I kind of like this. It gives you a different design than here. Especially on this one half, where it's more of kind of an outline of your stencil. So that's kind of cool. You're getting something a little bit different off of your stencil. And I showed you on the acetate. And yeah, well, maybe that's all I'll have for this one. Here's one where I've made a card out of it, so I just matted it. And then I used the chipboard. These are really a cool way to use, especially if you don't like stamping your sentiments. I have a package here somewhere, but now, of course, I can't find it or put my hand right on it. This is from Southern Ridge. You can buy it by the whole package of several Merry Christmas sentiments all together in one pack. Oh, here it is, hiding there. So you even get 2 different fonts on it. And of course, this package, I've used some out of there already. So you normally get 2 for $6 in a pack for $6.99. And that's where these come from. These I happen to use Wink of Stella because I had it and it's a glitter pen and it kind of goes with that glitter color. But you could use markers. I use Copics on it. You use sprays, paints. I just look through all my medias to see what I have that is the color that I need to go with my project, and that's what I put on my chipboard. The beauty of chipboard, you can put anything on it. So there's some ideas. Here is these are wet ones. They do take a little bit of time to dry, but that'll give you hopefully some ideas or some inspiration of using your Glitz glitter gels. And as I mentioned, we're loaded with these at all of our locations. So have some fun with it, crafters, and have a great week. See you for our next Try It Tuesday. Thanks for joining.